All right, welcome back to The Hunt, everybody. I am really excited to introduce you to my next guest. Her name is Gabi Saper. She is the co-founder of CMY Cubes, and you can find her and what they do at cmycubes.com. Welcome to the show, Gabi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So tell me, where are you right now?
I'm currently in Barcelona, Spain, but I'm from Australia.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining. It is so late for you, so early in the morning.
Yeah. No, it's almost midnight, but
Midnight,
it's fine.
yeah.
It's
Getting to be in the
late
early
here.
morning. Well, thank you so much for accommodating. We're really excited to have you on the show today. So there's so much to talk to you about. We're kind of talking this whole show about entrepreneurship and how to get into that world. So, but let's just kick it off with, let's tell the audience about CMY Cubes and what exactly are they?
Yeah, so CMY Cubes or CMY Cubes, they are an educational tool and a subtractive color mixing toy. So they're used both in education and in sensory. They can teach you how to experience the spectrum of color. So it has the three primary colors, cyan, magenta, and yellow. And as you turn and twist the products, you can see the whole color spectrum. So they're not only used by children and adults to learn about color, but also used for people with autism, anxiety, and stress disorder to then calm and ease the mind as a sensory tool. So it's multi-purpose. It's a really special product.
So great and so unique. You know, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, that is actually fascinating. I almost wanted it as a piece of art just sitting on my desk,
Yeah.
right? You know, because it felt like it was like going to stimulate, you know, creativity and all those things. But so how in the world did you come up with this idea?
So I'm a creative at heart, but my partner, my business partner, and my fiance, he's an engineer, and we kind of had an idea after seeing a beautiful art display, a massive art display in America, and I wanted to get my hands on it and see how it worked. So I sort of said to him, how could we get this ourselves? And we looked online, didn't find anything, and he's an engineer and was like, I can make you one. And I was like, well, if you can make me one, I could probably market it because I'm also a marketer as my background. And so we prototyped, we created some teaser videos, and we set off on TikTok and kind of just went viral, and it just went absolutely bonkers from there. We created a product that didn't exist in the market yet. So yeah,
That's incredible.
We didn't know we needed it.
So it seems like it'd be a match made in heaven. It's your fiance and your business partner. So that's good. I'm seeing up on the screen right now some families, you know, using it for play, I imagine.
Yes.
And you said also it can be used for people with autism and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a really beautiful way to calm down when you have sensory overload. A lot people with autism, not even just people on the autism spectrum, but people that have sensory overload issues, disorders, or people with anxiety. It's very common to have that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything. Everything is too much. So you could just pick up the cube or pick up any of our beautiful polyhedrons and just sit and kind of get mesmerized and just look into it and forget that sensory overload that you're feeling, and it can calm you down. The color theory is a very well-known topic, and all the colors of the spectrum have their ways to help calm you down, and we talk about that on our website. But
I think the whole world needs that right now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really nice to just have on your desk and you're like focusing, and then you just pick it up and you're like,
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, so how many prototypes did it take for you to get to the point where you could actually launch in the market?
Oh, it took so many. Not only prototypes that we tried to make in our little workshop, but we also got makers to try and make them, artists, probably 10 to 20 at least, but it took 6 to almost, I want to say almost a year to finalize and get the actual product done. Almost gave up, but, you know, pushed through because I was very confident that it would work. Definitely my partner pushed us through and me through the emotional time as well when I didn't think we'd be able to get it done. But it took a long time and resilience, but we got there, and very, very happy with the outcome.
I can only imagine. So as you were going through that process, were you also working in a day job, or were you able to?
Yeah.
You were.
Oh yeah, my full-time job was marketing. That was my day job. I was working my regular 9 to 5, obviously extra as well on top of that, because it never stays in that 9 to 5. So as soon as I clocked off, I was able to then go home and start working on prototypes, start working on our branding, what our marketing would be, and then as well what the product would be used for. Because at first we thought it would just be a cool little toy to play with, but as we started to learn about it and learn about the color and color theory and more uses for it, we started to realize there's a lot more that we could have involved in this project. And so yeah, it was a pretty much 24-hour work day at that point.
I can only imagine, but that's what they say. Anything worth doing takes, it takes that time, right, and that attention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so as you were going through your process and you were learning about all the benefits of it, were you connecting with just educators and different experts, if you will, to really understand the impact that this seemingly toy could really have a bigger purpose?
Yeah, well, we were getting feedback at first from general people, like, friends and family. What do you think of it? What would you use it for? Then we were hearing from our pre-order customers, and that kind of prompted us to then start reaching out to experts. We had one mother email us saying that she was going to buy it for her son with autism, and it made me realize I would like to start speaking to experts in that field. And so now we work very closely with, and we have been working very closely with some experts in autism. We're working with some psychologists for anxiety and stress, and we are constantly writing blogs with them and finding out more information on how we can improve our products and help our customers understand these products when they come to us with sort of sticky questions that isn't my background, but is very important to them, and of course something we really want to focus on.
Gosh, that's really incredible. I mean, because when you started out, you didn't have that in mind, right? So you were learning as you go. So talk to me for a minute about, what does that feel like when you're going through that process and you're getting excited and you're like just, brimming with just enthusiasm, and then you have some setbacks, I'm sure, and then you get excited, right? So what does that whole cycle look like?
It's crazy. It's definitely a roller coaster. There's peaks and valleys. We constantly have these moments of like, oh my gosh, what is happening? This is more than we could ever imagined. It's so exciting. And then we get into moments of, wow, we have a lot of work to do. This isn't just a fun ride. We got to sit down and work hard and make sure we're giving our customers the best product that we can, and that we're also educating them. It's really tough at times, and you've definitely got to have thick skin, because there is a lot of, people coming to you saying the negative stuff as well. But it's all a learning experience, and we take everything as that and make sure we're just constantly improving and working hard to be better as a company, and to give our customers the best that we can give them.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many lessons to be learned there. Just going from, again, that point A to point B to get over that hump. Yeah, for sure. So tell us again, tell the audience where we can find the cubes.
Yes, so CMYCubes.com, or we're on Amazon, the original CMY Cube. We sell.
And it's worldwide, right? Yeah. And where do you manufacture these?
We actually manufacture them in China at the moment. We were local, but we had to move overseas, and we're moving all of our production and our shipment over to the USA within the next 12 months, hopefully.
So great. And how many people do you have now on your team, or is it just you and your partner?
We have 5, so we are growing.
Incredible.
Which is crazy.
And it's just so interesting. I mean, you've got this great viral product, and still only 5 people on your team, but in your mind, it's like, oh wow, we've got a whole team now.
It's crazy being a boss or working with people. I don't even want to call myself a boss, because I just have teammates. We just all work together. It's the weirdest thing. I never thought I would be here, but it's so inspiring, and I really, truly love it. Every single day I wake up and I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
I can't imagine. So we're going to be back with you in a minute. Can you hold tight and come back with us? All right, fantastic. Thank you. We'll see you in a minute. Hang on, everybody. You're watching The Hunt.